Hi, this is Amie in the virtual planetarium at Raritan Valley Community College. Let's take a look at some of the things we can see in the sky for the week of October 4th. Let's start with our upcoming moon phases. We have a last quarter moon on October 9th, new moon on October 16th, first quarter moon on October 23rd, and a full moon on October 31st. That will be called the Hunter's Moon and the Blue Moon. A blue moon is the second full moon in a calendar month. The saying, "once in a blue moon," means a rare event. Ironically, an astronomical blue moon is not rare. They happen about every 2.5 years. Have you been looking for Mars in the evening sky? Over the past few months, it has been getting brighter and brighter. That's because we're getting closer to it. Our two planets are on separate orbits as we travel around the sun. But the Earth moves faster, so we will overtake Mars and pass it next week. As we speed closer to Mars, it gets larger in our sky. These images were taken in July, August, and September, showing Mars increasing in size as we approach it in space. Did you know that Earth and Mars move at different speeds as they travel around the sun? Planets closer to the sun move faster than planets farther away from the sun. So Mercury and Venus move faster than Earth and Mars, and the outer planets like Uranus and Neptune move very slowly in their orbits. Earth and Mars are at their closest point to each other on October 6th. Our two planets will be 38.57 million miles apart. That's not quite the closest possible distance, but it is pretty close. Opposition, when Mars is opposite the Sun with Earth in the middle, comes a week later on October 13th. Why don't these events happen on the same day? It's the little differences. Our orbits are both elliptical rather than circular, and we don't orbit the Sun on exactly the same plane. A Mars opposition happens about every 26 months. That's because it takes Earth 1 year to orbit the Sun, but about 2 years for Mars. At opposition, Mars will rise at sunset and set at sunrise. This is when the planet shines at its brightest in Earth's sky for that year. Mars is shining brighter than all the stars, and even brighter than Jupiter, which is also visible in our evening sky. Say, remember how we learned to use the Heavens Above website last week to check for visible passes of the International Space Station? Don't forget to check the website this week, too. You can see that there are some bright passes on October 5th and October 6th. On October 5th, the ISS will be at minus 3.8 magnitude, and on October 6th, minus 3.5. Now, of course, to get the right information in this chart, you do need to set the location. So remember to set your location for where you live. And then if I go back one step, set your location, then come over to satellites, go down to 10-day prediction for satellites, and click on ISS, and you'll get your chart. Now, on October 5th, minus 3.8. We'll see it first at 1947. So remember, we're working with a 24-hour clock here. 1900 means 7 p.m. So 7:47 p.m., it'll appear in the northwestern sky. And in a few minutes, it'll get up high. Holy smoke, it's going to be 87 degrees above the horizon. 90 degrees is directly over your head. So this is passing really, really high. And then it will set in the southeast. What does that look like? Let's check the map. Okay, so it's going to rise in the northwest. Oh, there's the Big Dipper. We know how to find the Big Dipper. Arc to Arcturus. So there's this bright star Arcturus in Boötes the Herdsman. So the ISS will come right between the Big Dipper and Boötes, go straight up overhead through Cygnus the Swan. There's the Northern Cross. And then it will blip out. It'll disappear there. And it disappears because it is moving into the Earth's shadow. Right, let's take a look at our night sky to see what we're talking about here. So I have the sky set for October 5th at 1946. So just about time to see the Big Dipper, or see the ISS. And we have the Big Dipper right here. Excellent. And we follow the handle. Let's take a tour of the arc to Arcturus. And there's Boötes the Herdsman. So we'll speed up time, and we see that bright light appearing down on the horizon. That's the International Space Station. And it will go up high over our heads. So I have the sky set to move a little bit faster than real time. And it's heading for Cygnus the Swan and the bright star Vega, which is in Lyra the Harp. Right through Cygnus and keeps going. Fantastic. So that's going to be visible for several minutes, and you can watch it. If you don't see it on the 5th, take a look on the 6th. There are several passes coming up. Now, the International Space Station is not visible every single night, so you do need to check websites like Heavens Above to see when it will be visible. Well, that's our sky for this week. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at some of the things we can see in our sky in our virtual planetarium. We look forward to seeing you in our real planetarium in the future. Until then, keep looking up.